Thanks for joining us on TVC News this hour. At least 4 persons have been killed after a fire incident which destroyed multiple vehicles following a fuel tanker explosion in Eleme local government area of Rivers State. Eyewitness also estimated that the number of affected cars could be more than 200. Governor of Rivers State, similarly, Fubara asked security agencies to give full brief of the situation. The explosion occurred as fuel leaked from this petrol tanker when it collided with a truck beside it. And senior correspondent Uche Okoro joins me live for more updates on that incident. Uche.
Hi, Bimbo.
Yes, please. We understand there were casualties. What more can you tell us about this incident?
I can tell you that right now the Eleme on the axis of the East-West Road is currently blocked. It's currently blocked. A few corpses are still lying around on the floor, and there's a particular corpse that is burnt almost to ashes. There's literally nothing left of that. It's still in the vehicle awaiting evacuation. So a number of corpses are still lying around. About a couple of them is still in the vehicles that were burnt. So that's the situation. Traffic here is moving really slowly. Earlier, when we arrived there about 3 hours ago, the entire axis was cordoned off. Security agencies were not allowing anyone any form of access to this entire area. But traffic is beginning to move slowly on one, if you can see behind me, traffic is beginning to move slowly on one side of the road. This is the very popular axis of the road where that leads to the Eleme refinery, the Port Harcourt refinery and the Nigerian Ports Authority and so on and so forth. You can see behind me, those are the 2 trucks from where the fire incident began, and then the content of the tanker spilled down the slope of this road, and then leading to the damage to the number of hundreds of vehicles that were affected.
Yes, I can see people moving behind. What were you able to speak with any eyewitness? Anybody who witnessed saw the incident happened?
Definitely, we did, and many of the eyewitnesses were thankful to God. Those who were able to catch their breaths and to speak to me, many of them were still in shock as to how they were able to survive this incident. Now, according to one of the eyewitnesses, she was on her way back from work, and she was in her company vehicle. So all occupants of the vehicle want the driver to give some distance from the truck, the truck from where the fire incident began. I'll just swap the camera now so you can see. This is it. This particular tanker on my left, you can see this particular fuel tanker. Her vehicle was just behind this tanker. According to her, their staff bus was just behind this particular tanker when moments before the incident occurred. So she said the driver took the advice of those occupants of the vehicle to give some space between themselves and this particular tanker. And then shortly after that, they heard explosions and people screaming, "Run for your lives, run for your lives." So they all abandoned their vehicle and they all ran for their lives. Many of them, I also spoke to another man who said he was shocked as to how his car was the only car here that was not burned. Out of the about almost, I'll count, but it's looking like it would be close to 100 vehicles that were destroyed. Now, this is where the trouble started. These 2 trucks were obvious, appeared to have been quarreling with each other as to who has the right of way, as to who has the right to go first and than before the other. That's where the trouble started. They collided with each other, leading to a leakage from the tanker truck, and then the contents spilled, and shortly after that there was an explosion and a massive fire incident.
All right, Uche, have you been able to speak with any state government officials? Is any visit made by the state government officials, and what are the proactive measures being put in place to forestall a recurrence?
Well, right now, I am still here. I spoke to the Commissioner of Police, but off the record. Commissioner of Police was here. The senior official of the Department of State Services were here. Road safety officials are here. NSCDC. In fact, I see officers in camouflage. I can't really tell if they are naval or army personnel. Were also here. So, but we've also we granted and we were granted an interview by the governor who arrived to lead delegation of inspecting the level of damage. And the governor has said that in terms of what will be done, the government will take immediate steps to clear this area. The government will also take some steps to condole with the families of the bereaved. And the governor also left his parting note was an advice to residents of the state that you already know this condition of the condition of the bad condition of this axis of the East-West Road, which is currently under construction. Governor said everyone knows the state of this road. It is not news. And so there is call for caution. There is need for caution as residents ply this road. Certainly caution wasn't observed by the two truck drivers who are currently being blamed for the start of this inferno. Abimbola, I'll advise, before I go any closer, I'd like to advise our viewers to exercise caution. These are really gory pictures. You can see the vehicles. I'm about to show you a vehicle which is reported to have been carrying a pregnant woman. This vehicle, I won't go any closer, but you can see people gathered here. This vehicle was said to have been conveying a pregnant woman. And at the very last bit of this minivan that is burnt now that you're looking at, the remains of that alleged or reported pregnant lady is right there, burnt to near ashes. We are awaiting evacuation. So that's the situation. I won't go any closer because these are pretty sensitive graphic images. Abimbo.
Of course.